Lakers, but we don't know, Skip, because we've never seen teams play playoff games and not be in their building or the opposing team's building. This is neutral site. You're in a bubble with no fans. So basically, it's like, I've heard someone say it's a glorified summer league game. That's what it is. I mean, for all the marbles, at least summer league, Skip, I mean, you're just trying to, okay, find a diamond in the rough somewhere, and the guy makes the team or something.
But they're not going to play it like a summer league.
No, but Skip, when you play an NBA game, think about it. You play for the NBA championship game, and you don't have any fans, none. So we don't know what it is. We don't know how teams are going to react because we've never been here before. We've seen teams go on the road and win a game 7. We've seen, teams come back from 3-1. But Skip, we've never seen the NBA game played without fans. So we don't know. And plus, they got to go. How do you not be mentally tough for you to go?
Jordan came back?
No, Jordan, I'm talking about Go James. Single mom, teenage mom, not knowing no dominant male figure in your life, but this place, that place. In the words of Anthony Hamilton's song, Skip, coming where I'm from.
So nobody else has come from that background?
I don't know about them. I don't know about their background. I know about his background. I can talk about LeBron James, Skip. That's who I can talk about because I know him from Akron, December 30th, 1984. Great year. You know, that's a great thing. You remember
that means he's getting old.
Apple Computer. You remember Apple Computer? What? You remember that, Skip? Yeah, Macintosh. George Orwell book, 1984. This is great. Yeah, I know you know Orwellian.
He's even trying to stick his tongue out like Mike.
But there you go. No, oh my goodness.
Right?
You ruined everything. We was having a great conversation. I was being, you let me go first. I was being courteous. You was being receptive to courtesy. And then you ruined it.
So it's my turn. I did love the premise of this LA Times story because it used a quote up high in the story from an NBA executive, obviously anonymously, who said, "This format favors the team that can overcome the mental anguish that a quarantine has to produce." There'll be some going on there because you're going to be in that quote-unquote bubble. It won't be that restricted, but you're going to have to kind of stay within the confines,
I bet he's been in the bubble since he was 17 years old.
Well, all right, you could be. And the quote goes on, "It's totally unnatural in every way for those guys. Mental toughness is more important than almost anything heading to Orlando." And I would agree with that. This is going to test your mental mettle. What are you made of? Because it's going to be a sprint to the finish line. Everything's going to feel out of sync, out of touch, you can't touch anything.
Right.
And all of a sudden, no fans, and you play a few regular season games, and you try to knock the rust off, and you try to get back in the groove, and then here we go. And there will be a championship. I saw a quote from Steve Kerr saying, it won't be tainted, it won't deserve an asterisk because it will require such mental toughness to get home quickly. Okay, I give you that. I still say when all of a sudden you give that guy 4 months off.
Everybody else got 4 months off too.
I know, but he's at the end of year 17.
Still
what is he, 42 now?
Still kicking. Playing like he's 22.
Yeah, okay. Well,
excuse me.
How great was it to get 4 months off after you make your big MVP push and then boom,
what about
COVID says you get 4 months off.
What about your guy? They can't play back-to-back. He got 4 months off.
He's going to be pretty fresh.
Okay, then. I think it benefited him more than old GOAT.
So, as I used to write about Michael Jeffrey Jordan when I covered him in Chicago, he was a supremely talented overachiever. If you have that going on where you got supreme talent and you are driven the way few have ever been driven, maybe nobody's ever been driven, now you got something. Okay. So I just saw last night a website that ranked the top 10 all-time most competitive NBA players. And I'm looking down the list, and of course it goes Jordan 1, Kobe 2, Bird 3, Magic 4. I can go down the list. And it went 11 deep because it gave Dennis Rodman honorable mention. And guess who wasn't on the list of all-time most competitive players?
Throw the list in the trash. Throw the list in the trash.
23 was not, he did not make the list.
You and I know both of them. That's a bull jive.
I don't know that. So I have often questioned his clutch intangibles, his drive to close a game, his killer will. And I also question the killer will of one Anthony Davis, his new co-star. Both of them very gifted, obviously. I don't even need to say that. But do they have that thing? Do they have that drive? Do they have that killer? I don't think either of them have the killer. They have the talent. And it's possible they could just win it on pure talent.
As Boston do, they got it. As your Spurs do, Goat James got that killer drive.
Which Spurs?
As the Spurs. You know which Spurs.
The 2013 Spurs? That one?
That hurt. That hurt, didn't it, Skip? As that hurt. Ooh, that hurt bad. As Chicago.
I watched him down the stretch of Game 6, 2013, in his house. I watched him turn it over 3 times in the last 3 minutes, unforced errors. I watched him miss a 3 with 5 seconds left to tie. Long rebound. Bosch is in the game. Why, Tim Duncan's not in the game? Help me out.
Whoa.
I don't know.
Hey,
Kick it to Ray Allen, greatest clutch shot I've ever seen, to tie the game and send it into overtime.
And then who took it over?
He took over.
But
my team was shot in the heart.
I saw your guys get ready to drink bottles. Had the ball up, about to drink some champagne.
They did.
And Goat James snatch it out.
No, he didn't. Ray Allen
snatch it out of the hand and put it back and say, hey, we're going to drink this tomorrow. Y'all not having this tonight.
So when we talk about mental toughness, we're talking about Clippers having edge. The team in the basement, the stepchildren, they got the mental toughness edge. How about Patrick Beverley? Is there any mentally tougher player in the league than that little 6'1" guy who blocked his shot at the end of regulation, down 3, as he attempted to bring up a 3-point shot? Pat Bev made him eat it on Christmas Day to save a game.
Skip, you talk about guys, look, if you want to talk about mental toughness, there's only one guy that's been mentally tough and won something. That's Kawhi. We got Danny Green, mentally tough. What?
Ask Pop how.
No, Pop. I'm telling you, I'll ask Pop.
Off that 2013 Game 6, he remained in Pop's doghouse till the day he walked out the door with Kawhi to Toronto.
And in 2014,
you know
big
why?
shots.
Because he did not screen off LeBron on that shot that he missed.
He missed. He got it back
and made it. This was with like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay? He did do that. I'll give you that much.
Yeah.
But the one thing I've told you, that man quit on my Spurs. But you want to talk about discipline and dedication? You want to talk about patience and game plan? He had a game plan. He won it out. He was done with Popovich and the San Antonio way. Okay? And,
y'all forced him out.
Okay, whatever. But he played the game exactly the right way. And he knew that he needed to go through Toronto to get home to Los Angeles to play not for his team, not 23's team, but his team, number 2's team, the Clippers.
What did my guy? My guy don't do that. My guy mentally tough. He'll stay he signed 4 years, he plays it out. He signs 3 years, he plays it out.
My guy could have chosen to play with your guy. Your guy thought he was going to choose until the bitter end, the last second.
Your guy was under contract and forced his way out.
Earthquake night here in Southern California, it was 2 earthquakes in a row because the second one was caused by that guy.
Did your guy?
He dropped a little bomb right on LeBron's head and said, I'm a Clipper.
Yeah. And when we done with him, he gonna wish he came.
Really?
Yep.
Well, I'd say that's mental toughness. And there's nobody more dedicated and disciplined on the defensive end than Kawhi Leonard.
What, he been getting cooked?
Really?
He could be getting cooked. Jason Tatum cooked him. Marcus Smart cooked him.
Really?
Goat James cooked him his last time out.
Well,
I mean,
he hasn't gotten to play much with the other wing, who's the ultimate disruptor, Paul George. Now you got the 2 best defensive wings in basketball, and you've got the best point guard defender in basketball in Patrick Beverley.
And we cooked them all that last Sunday before the season started.
And you got a mentally tough 6 man of the perennial of every year. Lou Williams coming off.
I like Sweet Lou.
And Montrez, he comes off, he's only like 6'8", and he plays like he's 7'4".
We cooked Kawhi. We cooked Paul George. We cooked Pat Bev. We cooked Twin Morris. We cooked Harkless.
Okay.
All 5 of you had a chance and couldn't do nothing with us.
All I remember is that on opening night at Staples, the game is tied going to the 4th quarter. And what happened, Mr. Sharp? Your man scored 2 points in the 4th quarter, and the new man, Anthony Davis, scored 0. He goose-egged in the 4th quarter.
You see what see? Now see what y'all do? What y'all do is y'all talk about, oh, they haven't played together. Paul George and Kawhi haven't played together. Okay, they tried to figure each other out. AD and LeBron trying to figure each other out. That didn't happen last time.
Okay, then what happened on Christmas Day? Your guy had a 7-point lead with 6.5 minutes left because he had made a jump shot from 22 feet. And I'm thinking, well, that's it. That's game over because You give Jordan a 7-point lead at home with 6.5 minutes left, it is cooked.
No,
it is done. And guess what happened? Number 2 took the game over down the stretch.
So
he took it over.
So Michael Jordan, so let me get this right. Michael Jordan was what? 15-0, 6. So Michael Jordan was 8-0 in the playoffs. He lost no games.
Against an arch rival at the United Center when it was a big regular season game, he's not going to lose that.
They lost to the Knicks.
Yeah.
What, they lost to the Knicks at home in the playoffs.
Well, but not with a 7-point lead with 6.5 minutes to go. He just wouldn't spit up a lead like that.
You keep changing. So now if he can lose, but he can't lose if he has a lead. So Michael Jordan never lost a playoff game in which he had a lead.
Well, we're in 2020, unfortunately, right now. And the last time I saw those teams play,
what happened?
Your guy won because Avery Bradley, now the quiet force of social justice, Avery Bradley made 6 threes in the game, including 4 in the third quarter when LeBron didn't score a single point.
No.
Well,
and then what happened in the fourth quarter? You told me the fourth quarter is the money quarter. Because I've been trying to tell you there have been games LeBron has been hot in the first half. He's been hot in the third quarter. You was like, but that doesn't. Michael Jordan and Kobe were great in the fourth. LeBron was great in the fourth quarter. I want to know why. And Kawhi was guarding it. Because remember when Phil Handy sent him that text? Said, what's up, bro? What you want to do tomorrow? I got it. That's what he said. He said, I got HIM. Capital.